Hi there, my magical star beings. This is Psychic Siren Tarot, your favorite tarot reader, and welcome to the channel. In today's reading, we're going to be taking basically a look at someone that is sending you mixed signals, and we're going to be taking a look at what he's really feeling here. I'll try to be as accurate as I can, but it is a bit tricky when reading for the collective. If you want something more personal, you can always check in with the psychic for a more in-depth description. Speaking of which, I tried a clairvoyant from Psychic Source, and yes, they're sponsoring today's video. Thank you, Psychic Source. I got matched with a clairvoyant through their site, and honestly, I wasn't expecting her to be that accurate. I gave her no personal info, just asked about my future love life, and somehow she instantly picked up that I'm already in a relationship. She literally said, "Why are you asking about the future without mentioning him?" I was literally speechless, but then I remembered that's kind of what I do too. Still a shocking experience to be on the receiving end of it. She described my future partner as someone who makes me really happy, with great communication and bond that can handle anything. But the part that really stuck with me, she said she saw my future husband giving me purple flowers. A few weeks later, nothing happened, so I kind of forgot about it. Then we saw a tattoo promo on Instagram. My boyfriend sent me his ideas so I can book, and boom, a purple flower. Not a bouquet, but I'm definitely taking that as a sign. You can chat with gifted advisors however you're most comfortable, phone, video, or even text. Setting up my account on their website was super easy, and they have this quick little quiz that helps you find a psychic based on what you're looking for, whether it's love, past lives, energy readings, whatever. It made the whole process really personal and intentional. What sets them apart is the level of care and integrity. Only 2% of their applicants actually become advisors, so you know you're speaking to someone who's truly gifted and held to high ethical standards. And they back everything up with a no risk guarantee. If you're not happy with your last paid reading, it's free. For a limited time, you can use my code Siren at psychicsource.com when checking out, or you can just click the link in my description box below at trypsychicsource.com/siren. You'll get up to 40 minutes with an advisor for just $19.80. That's up to a $240 value. You don't have to use it all in one session. You can spread those minutes out across multiple advisors to see who you truly resonate with. They also donate 1% of your purchase to charity at no extra cost to you. Oh, and yes, I do get paid for this promo, so when you sign up with Psychic Source, you're feeding a perpetually hungry, slightly dramatic psychic, that'd be me, and funding my next impulsive crystal purchase. As you can see, the channel needs some new crystals, but that's all for now. Thank you again to Psychic Source for sponsoring today's video. So getting back to your pile selection, you can either choose your pile based off your zodiac sign or theirs, and the zodiac signs are listed in the thumbnail, or you can choose based off the pile you're most drawn to. So for pile 1, we have Malachite with the Fool. For pile 2, we have Pyrite with the 2 of Cups reverse. Then for pile 3, we have Tiger's Eye with the 8 of Pentacles. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick a pile. So once you're done picking a pile, please find the timestamps for your pile in the description box below, then I'll see you at your reading. Hi pile 1, if you chose the Malachite crystal and the Fool card, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at the mixed signals he's giving and what he really feels. So in the first portion of the reading, I'm going to take a look at why he's giving you these mixed signals. Then we're going to mainly take a look at his feelings. That's just going to be like a subcategory of what we look at. Then after that, we will take a look at initial zodiac signs for extra confirmation. So let's go ahead and shuffle your cards. You can keep him in mind as I shuffle just to get his energy specifically. So spirit guides of pile 1, Please tap me into the energy of the man on their mind. Please show me, firstly, why is he sending pile 1 mixed signals? Why is he sending my pile 1's mixed signals? Please show me the truth. Why is he sending mixed signals their way? Okay, we have the Four of Swords. Then we have the Ace of Pentacles. And we have the Page of Wands. So the Four of Swords can represent him almost being too comfortable in a way. I see a guy that is very chilled, maybe a little bit nonchalant. He doesn't always think about, oh, like she wants a text from me right now, or they want a text from me right now. They want to kind of have me update them on what I'm doing right now since I haven't responded for 2 hours. It's like he isn't very self-aware, is what I see here. And he's like a very chilled, relaxed guy where he doesn't always think about giving the person reassurance. He could be the type of guy that spends hours playing video games and forgets to respond back. So I say don't take it personal, but I see that he likes to maybe like spend time with friends during his free time, play games, like do like little activities that kind of get his mind off his stresses. And he likes to chill and relax and maybe isn't always on his phone a lot and then responds late or doesn't see you as much because he's doing his own thing. The Fool can represent sort of like a free-spirited man that not always, but sometimes doesn't want to be tied down. But this can also just represent a man that's going at his own flow, going at his own pace, isn't necessarily rushing into something, can come on strong at first, but again is very chilled with the Four of Swords where he's not always like getting far ahead of himself. He can be very comfortable and sometimes get complacent because of that comfortability with the Four of Swords. I see that he's the type of guy that gets stressed out easily, and so when he's stressed out, it's like he doesn't really want to talk to anyone, hang out with anybody. And with the Fool, he likes his own freedom. So, you know, like if he wants to go out with his friends, he's going to go out and he's not really going to think of texting you and saying, oh, I'm going out, I'm not going to respond for a few hours. Even if it's not about like responding over text, that's the type of energy I see with him. And I just see that in those moments where he is stressed, he's kind of just focused on relaxing and he's not focused on like meeting your needs, or you get what I mean? I don't think he's that self-aware where he would think, oh, you know, she's waiting for a text back, or oh, she would probably want to see me today, because he's just chilling, doing his own thing. So I'd say that's the reason. Then I also see that he could be very busy with work. With the Ace of Pentacles, he could be very focused on his career right now and, you know, making money in some way. But the Page of Wands here can also suggest that he is positive and optimistic about your connection, and he is very happy like talking to you or getting to know you, depending on if this is a connection, like an actual romantic connection, situationship. It says that he's optimistic here and he does enjoy spending time with you. But the Page of Wands can also be a card of someone that is either younger or maybe has more, not always an immature mindset. So I'd say for him, it's more coming from a place of being comfortable, being complacent, being busy, working a lot, rather than something you're doing. So we have the Devil showing up reverse. I also see that sometimes he struggles to admit where he went wrong, take responsibility for certain things. So he's a type of guy with the Devil reverse opposite the Four of Swords that will kind of like ghost you for a few days because he's scared to admit that he did something wrong, or he knows maybe you would be angry at him in that moment and just like wants to avoid the conflict, or let's say you call him out on something and then he goes quiet, doesn't apologize, and then messages you in a few hours acting like nothing happened. It comes from an uncomfortability where it's not that he's not willing to take accountability, it comes from this place of like an uncomfortability around admitting where he went wrong, which can be a little bit of a red flag in relationships, depending on if that's a deal breaker or not to you. Of course, people can grow, but that's if they want to. Six of Cups reverse. So let me just clarify this card before I assume. Six of Cups, what is this about? Wheel of Fortune reverse. Okay, I'm getting the message of maybe for some of you, right person, wrong timing. Like, he's optimistic about the connection, and we'll see more into his feelings in a moment. But what I'm getting here is he's optimistic about the connection. He does like you. But you are a little bit suspicious at the moment with the Seven of Swords reverse. Like, is he seeing somebody else? Is he doing something behind my back? Like, what's going on? Why is he so quiet sometimes? Or why is he not always like consistent, hot and cold? The Six of Cups reverse can represent him kind of feeling like he either is not over something from the past, something that happened to him, and maybe it subconsciously affects him, where consciously he wants to be ready for this, but maybe subconsciously he doesn't feel fully ready. He doesn't feel like it's the right time yet with the Wheel of Fortune reverse. Or this could be like subconsciously, maybe I still hold certain feelings towards an ex or someone from my past, where I'm not intentionally leaving the door open to them consciously, but part of my heart still longs for them in a way where I'm not fully giving my all to you because some kind of like unfinished business is still there, some kind of unprocessed emotion, whether it's him not being fully over an ex, or maybe having feelings of animosity towards an ex, maybe needing to heal something towards like an ex or past situation. Take it as it resonates as per your own intuition. It could be different for all of you. I wouldn't say it's the same for all of you, but that is basically what's coming through here. Something from his past is preventing him from fully like opening up to you and taking this seriously. And part of it is because he feels like it's not the right time yet with the Wheel of Fortune reverse. Like he's met a good person, but he just doesn't know if he's ready yet or if it's the right time. Partly because he's so focused on his career right now, and partly because he still somewhat wants his own freedom. We have the Seven of Swords reversed, so he can see that you are suspicious of him, not fully trusting him at the moment. And maybe that makes him uncomfortable in a way. Temperance, Ten of Swords, and the Ace of Cups. Okay, so I see that he's the type of guy that either doesn't like clinginess or doesn't like codependency. He needs his own freedom, his own independence, like I said. And that's what I'm getting from the Nine of Pentacles reversed at the back of the deck with the Fool mixed together. Because the Nine of Pentacles upright can represent like an independence, and then the Fool can represent like someone that values their own freedom, is like a little bit of a free spirit. But the Nine of Pentacles reversed to me is like not liking codependency. Sometimes I see it like that, depending on the context of the other cards surrounding it. So that's what I'm seeing there. Also, what I do want to mention, I think this pan god guy, it's a god of like wine. No, wait, that other, no, it's not wine. It's something like partying, pleasure, something along the lines of that. So maybe for some of you, he's not looking for something serious right now. He's just looking for a good time. Maybe for others of you, he likes to party a lot, and then, I don't know, something like that's coming through for some of you. But with Temperance here and the Ten of Swords, he is taking it slow with you. He's not wanting to rush into things just yet. He doesn't want to open up fully, like open up his heart fully. His heart is in the right place. I don't see that he's a bad guy. But I think he needs to learn to communicate these things so that you know you're on the same page, so you know where you stand with him. And I think he just needs to learn to also meet the other person halfway. Like, let's say you want reassurance or communication. He needs to at least be able to explain these things so you're not confused. You know what I mean? So I would say there's a lack of communication skills relationship-wise on his part, but I don't think he realizes it or is fully self-aware of it. Though with Temperance, it's like he doesn't want to move too quickly. He wants you to be patient. He wants you to give this time to see where things go. The Fool is like this energy of not really having a plan in mind of the future and just wanting to see where things go. He's more of a go with the flow type of guy. He's not the type of guy that's going to plan your future out right now. At least right now is what I see. Maybe in the future things change and he wants something more serious, but that is what I see right now. Like, he's kind of just waiting to see where things go and go with the flow and not really force or rush into anything. And the thing is, he doesn't want to hurt you with the Ten of Swords by taking things too quickly, because he himself doesn't know where he stands with you right yet. But he also doesn't want to get hurt himself and jump the gun. So I'd say his intentions are not bad, but he lacks proper communication skills. Let's remove these cards and take a look at what he's actually feeling. So if you resonate with this so far, let me know how this resonates down in the comments below. Just interested to hear what's going on. To see what resonated. We have the Eight of Cups. So what is he truly, really feeling? Show me the true spirit. What is he really feeling? I'm seeing a little bit of defensiveness, a little bit of this energy of having a guard up, being scared to get hurt. Eight of Cups, Three of Wands, and the Ten of Swords. So he doesn't want to plan your whole future out yet. Like, he may be open to something serious later on if it goes there, if he feels like it's the right time and he feels like, you know, things are progressing in that direction and he likes you in the future. Right now, he's not really sure about your future. He's not really sure if you have a future together with the Eight of Cups and Three of Wands. He's not really sure if this is going to last or not. And he doesn't want to like plan your whole future out and then get hurt later on, get disappointed later on by getting his hopes up. So I'd say that's what he's feeling right now. Like, he doesn't want to lead you on, but he also doesn't want to make promises to you that he can't keep with the Eight of Cups, Three of Wands. Because Three of Wands is all about like planning for the future. Eight of Cups is about leaving something behind. So he doesn't know if he can fully like make those promises and follow up on it. I'd say it's pretty consistent with the first part. We have the Four of Cups. So he's scared of getting bored. He's the type of guy where he will get very bored easily in relationships and then leave or ghost a person once he gets bored. Like I said, he's more the type of guy that's maybe here for a good time, not a long time. And maybe, I don't think he's ready for something serious or long term yet. That could change in the future, but I see that right now. Perhaps he thinks he's ready, but I don't think he's ready as the reader reading his energy, because like I said, he's looking for more of a good time than a long time, looking to not make any promises yet, and because he gets bored easily in relationships. And if someone gets bored easily in relationships and just constantly like leaves, ghosts the person, then are they really ready to be in a relationship? Are they really ready for a mature, serious relationship? Unless you're here for a good time too, then by all means have fun. But if you're looking for something serious, I think this guy might disappoint you. He might not, but don't put all your eggs in one basket with this guy is what I see. Don't like get your hopes up. take it slow, pull back a little bit, not to manipulate the situation or get him to chase you, but pull back to protect your own heart is what I see. If you still like him and you still want to see things through, by all means do that. But don't put all your heart into this relationship if he's not doing that yet himself. He does like you and have feelings for you romantically here with the Ace of Cups, but I think he's scared of getting bored, but he's also scared of getting hurt. I think with the Nine of Swords opposite the Three of Wands, for some of you, there may be a little bit of commitment issues here, being scared of like making a promise to someone and committing to them and making plans for the future. It kind of brings out a little bit of fears in him of like, what if this doesn't work out? And it comes from a fear of being hurt, not from wanting to play you or be a player or anything like that. But yeah, that's what I see. His feelings for you right now are very strong at the moment with the Strength card, but he just doesn't know if he's willing to commit to a future yet. So that's what I see. The Lovers. The Eight of Wands reverse. It's kind of like he isn't really sure himself of what he wants in the future. That's what he feels right now, honestly. I'm hearing that song, I think it's Kylie Minogue, that goes like spinning around. So something about him feeling like he's constantly in this loop of getting to know a new person, getting bored, and then the loop continues. I'd also say for some of you, maybe he's not a bad guy because I don't see a player energy with him per se. But I think maybe he's too young to know what like a serious love is yet. Or maybe he's still too immature even if he's like older. Maybe he hasn't like matured yet. That's what I see in the energy. Because as someone that can kind of see it like, okay, sometimes relationships aren't going to have that spark forever. Like, you're not going to feel excited all the time being in a relationship. But true love is when you choose that person every day. And if someone can't even see it like that and is constantly chasing that spark or that honeymoon phase, then are they really ready for a relationship? That's just how I see it, like from an external point of view. He may not see it that way, but I see it that way reading his energy. He does want you with the Nine of Cups and you are his type and you do tick a lot of the boxes of what he's looking for. But with the Eight of Wands reverse next to the Lovers, he wants to take it slow and he doesn't know when he will commit. So that's what I see here. Yeah, Four of Wands. It's like with the Eight of Wands reverse, he doesn't want to like be pressured into commitment with the Four of Wands and the Lovers. Maybe he would be open to it in the future if those feelings develop and get stronger, and if he doesn't feel like this is something that he needs to let go of, then he could potentially commit to you in the future, but there's an uncertainty there. He's not really sure where he stands with you. How does he feel? How does he really feel about pile 1? He's scared to hurt you. I keep seeing that. He's scared of you like looking at him as like a player or a bad guy because that was not his intention at all. He's scared of like being portrayed that way in your mind or like being misinterpreted or misconstrued, like his intentions. Because I don't think he wants to hurt you, and maybe that's why he's taking it very slow, to the point where you're like, what the heck is going on? Do you like me or not? And see, I don't think this guy's very vocal about his feelings either, so it just brings a lot of confusion your way. So Queen of Wands reverse, Four of Swords, upright, Six of Cups reverse, and Three of Swords reverse. Yeah, so Three of Swords reverse could represent him healing from heartbreak from a past ex with the Six of Cups next to it. And he's not fully over the heartbreak of the past, and that may be sort of affecting him right now, where he's again like scared of getting hurt. Maybe that's the root cause of this issue, where maybe if he heals and takes the time to heal, he will be able to be in a better headspace to know what he wants. Yeah, he does know that he wants you, but he doesn't know if he wants you long term. That's the issue. He does feel like you guys are having a good time together. He has a lot of fun around you. He feels that strong connection with you. But he himself also has some insecurities. He himself doesn't always feel like he would be good enough. Um, he kind of sees you as the type of woman he wouldn't want to fumble or hurt, because if he loses you, he will never have a chance with you again. There's this kind of feeling of you're everything I've been looking for, but I don't know if I'm ready. Again, like right person, wrong time kind of feeling. Like you're everything I've ever wanted, but I don't know if I'm ready. Maybe in the future I would be ready for you, but I don't know when that would be. And there's this type of feeling of, what if I F things over with you and I never get a chance again and I lose this and I never meet a person like this again? That's a fear that is kind of like in his heart right now. He also feels very relaxed, comfortable around you, and like you guys have good times together. But again, with the Wheel of Fortune reversed at the back of the deck, he doesn't know if it's the right time. So I think that's a gist of what we see here. Let me now pull your zodiac signs and initials. Okay, so I'm going to pull initials now. And zodiacs. If I mention yours or his, that's just more confirmation. If it doesn't come through and the messages resonated, that's okay, because this is a general reading with lots of you watching. Okay, so we have Scorpio here. Join my membership. We have the 7th house, which is Libra energy. It says relationships, marriage, contracts, partnership, and equality. So that's a thing. We spoke about commitment, and he doesn't know if he wants that yet. Taurus, but with Scorpio and Taurus next to the 7th house, he could be the type of guy that only commits when there's deep, intense feelings there, and when he sees that this connection will last, where it will be a long-term connection. Taurus typically takes it slow within relationships. They like to build something serious and stable before they commit long-term, to know that it's going to work out for sure, because Taurus likes to feel secure. And Scorpio likes to feel like the person is obsessed with us back in return. If they're not obsessed with us back in return, we don't know if we can commit yet. So that's basically what I see. It doesn't mean that he won't commit, but right now he needs time is what I see. Then we have the 8th house, which is also Scorpio energy. And the sun, which is Leo energy. Then we have the 2nd house, which is also Taurus, and Mars. So Mars represents sexual energy, desire. So he does feel very sexually attracted to you. You turn him on a lot, is what I'd say. But with Mars in action, this could mean that he will start to take action towards you, but maybe at a slower pace with Taurus. And with Scorpio, it's kind of like, as the feelings of intensity develop, then he will start taking action. But Mars could also represent him looking for something more sexual than serious. But with the 7th house here, it could become something more loving later on, and with the 8th house. Because the 8th house is also typically represented as like marriage too. I'm not saying you will marry the guy. That's not what I'm saying. But commitment could happen later on. He's just not sure yet. The sun could represent you boosting his ego in some way. So as long as you boost his ego, he will be sexually attracted to you. And the second house is him maybe questioning if this connection meets his values. Like if you two have similar values, similar mindsets. He also, I don't mean this in a mean way, but he wants to see your value or worth first before he like fully invests his time and energy. So that's what I see there. With the sun, he could also feel very happy at the moment with you and like you guys are having fun, but he just needs to see if this is something serious and stable first before he commits long term, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It can be healthy to take your time in relationships to build a proper, stable foundation. But I think communication is also important and the timing of it. Like if he's wanting to wait a long time and you're wanting something now, then that may be an incompatibility we need to look at. Doesn't mean the connection won't last, but it's something we need to address. We have the initial X. We have V. We have U. We have O. We have L. For some reason, I feel anxious in the energy. I think he's scared of confrontation. He's scared of you like thinking that he doesn't like you, because that's not the case. JLA. We have A again. Q. E. Some of you could also have relationship anxiety where you need that reassurance. And if you need a lot of reassurance, then this may not be the guy for you because, like I said, he's not very self-aware of that GZ. Like, let's say he goes on a night out. I don't see him being the type of guy that will be like, look, I'm going out. I won't reply for a few hours. I don't see him communicating like that. So that's also something you need to take a look at if you're okay with that. And if you're not okay with that, then you need to have a conversation with him and see what his reaction is. If he gets angry, then that's a red flag that he's not willing to communicate or put in the work into this connection. And if he understands, then that's a green flag. So I guess just see how it goes. Take it slow with this man. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. And yeah, that's what I have for you. So let me know what you think of this, like how this reading resonated with you. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I can't wait to see you next time. Hi, pile 2. If you chose the Pyrite crystal and the Two of Cups reversed, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at someone that's giving you mixed signals and what he's really feeling. So in the first portion or subsection of the reading, we're going to take a look at why he's giving you these mixed signals to understand deeper into that. Then we're going to take a look at what he's really feeling for the main portion of the reading. Then we will take a look at some initials and zodiac signs for extra confirmation. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle your cards. You can keep him in mind while I shuffle just to get his energy specifically. So I'm hearing that song by Beyonce that's going like, I'm a single lady, I'm a single lady. And she talks about if you want it, then you should put a ring on it. So maybe you are kind of having this attitude towards him at the moment of like, if you don't commit to me, then I'm single, then I can do whatever I want. And yeah, that is valid. And then I'm hearing that he may be testing you at the moment. He may be feeling very insecure at the moment, not knowing if he can trust you, and he wants to feel more secure in the connection first before he actually like reveals his true heart and intentions in some way. So I feel like he may be testing you in little ways to see what type of person you are before he opens up. He kind of has a little bit of a poker face at the moment, not wanting to show his emotions or his heart yet. Kind of keeping it wrapped up to see what type of person you are first. And if you've known him for a long time, then what is he waiting for? But if this is like still a new connection or situationship, then I'd say that's kind of valid. Of course, it's not the best to test people, but I understand his point. But let's see why he's sending you these mixed signals. Why is he sending these mixed signals to Pile 2? Spirit guides of Pile 2, tap me into the energy. Why is he sending mixed signals to Pile 2? Tap me into the energy of the man on their mind. So the Ten of Swords is coming up first, which can represent a fear of being betrayed, hurt. Okay. I also hear the word dependency. He doesn't want to depend on you too much too fast, or come on too strong too fast and like chase you away in some way with the Eight of Cups. Like, he doesn't want to make you uncomfortable. Also with like sexual things, he is very sexually attracted to you, I hear from Spirit, but he doesn't want to like make it too known or too obvious to not scare you away. But there may also be this energy of like playing games a little bit, like not showing how interested he is, to kind of like not get you to chase after him, but to get you to show a little bit of interest first, and he will a little bit, and so forth, where you're doing this dance of like, I show a little bit of interest, they show a little bit of interest, and so on and so forth until it builds. It is a little bit of game playing where it's like, I want you to show your interest first and I'll show my interest, which is a little bit weird because, I don't know, I'm not a traditional person, but I believe the man should be the one chasing, and not the woman. We have the Strength card. But I guess maybe he's looking to see if you're like reciprocal, if you're reciprocating what he's giving. So with Strength, he does feel like this could potentially be a strong connection, or is a strong connection. But I think he doesn't want to scare you away with the Eight of Cups reverse. Let's see what else comes up. He's unsure of like the type of person you are and if he can fully trust you yet. We have the Knight of Cups. We have the Page of Swords reverse. And we have the King of Pentacles reverse. I felt this energy in the beginning, but I didn't know if I should say anything yet. I wanted to see confirmation in the cards first. But this is the type of guy that's typically scared of spending money on women or people when he's first getting to know them, where he doesn't want to be used. I don't know if he actually has money or if he's just like not wanting to get used for his money, but like that's partly also what's showing up here. So if he's like a little bit iffy on taking you out on a date or spending money on you, or like trying to go 50-50, it may be him trying to test you, to see if you're like materialistic or not. I think that this guy may be a little bit stingy when it comes to his money. So if that is something that's a deal breaker for you, then I would suggest like reconsidering if this is the guy you want to be with. But he may be a little bit more generous when he knows he can trust the person. So right now I see him being a little bit stingy with his money. With the Page of Swords reverse, he's very nosy and curious. He may be kind of like stalking your social media, because this card to me typically represents stalking the social media. But when it's reversed, it's kind of like in a very nosy way where it's like, I'm checking everything, but in a way to kind of protect myself so that I don't get hurt, to see what type of person you are. I even see him like looking at your friends' profiles to see who you hang out with, because he's someone that believes birds, what's that saying? Birds of a feather flock together, or whatever. Like, people hang out with people they're similar to. So he kind of wants to see if you're a red flag or green flag, basically, is what I see. And he's staying very mysterious, keeping his cards close to his chest. Even though he does feel something with the Ace of Cups at the back of the deck and the Knight of Cups, of course, we'll see into his feelings in a moment. But there's just something about him. He does feel something for you, romantic feelings, but he just doesn't know if he can trust you yet. So he's kind of keeping his cards close to his chest, not expressing those feelings or vulnerabilities just yet. He's kind of staying a little bit mysterious right now as a way to almost get you to like him. You know, when guys, I don't like when guys do this because I feel like it actually does the opposite. Maybe it does this for women that are maybe not having like a secure attachment, where they have like an anxious attachment and get clingy when a guy ignores them. But most of the time, a secure woman isn't going to be attracted to that. She's actually going to be turned off by that because he's ignoring her, playing games to get her interested in him. I feel like he's doing a little bit of that, or like negging you a little bit. I see that for some of you, not all. He's using like these kind of tactics and games to see how much you like him. And I don't think that's very mature in my perspective. Like, healthy love shouldn't be about like playing games and testing the other person. I don't think he's a bad person. I don't see him being a player. I don't see him showing much red flags except like trying to play games. Not play games with your heart, but like play games to kind of see how interested you are in him. Queen of Cups, Seven of Cups reverse. The Page of Pentacles reverse. And the Knight of Swords. So he does find you very hot, very attractive, and he does like your personality. And he's also just wanting to see how much you like him first before he shows anything. Little by little, he will show little by little to see. Let me rephrase that. He wants to, little by little, see how much you're interested in him, and then little by little he will show that reciprocation, but he doesn't want to like go full on with his feelings yet. With the Seven of Cups reverse, I don't think he's talking to anybody else. I think his focus is just on you at the moment, because the Seven of Cups upright in a love reading like this would be like, depending on the context of the other cards, would be like, it's not always, because sometimes Seven of Cups upright can represent like wishes, dreams, our goals, those kind of things. But sometimes it represents a person that isn't like putting all their eggs in one basket. But when it's showing up reverse, it can represent someone that's like only focused on you, right? When it's upright, it's like other women or men are there, depending on the person's sexuality, of course. But yeah, I basically see that his focus is just on you. He's not seeing other women or other people. He's just focused on you, but he's kind of just testing you at the moment. With the Knight of Swords, he does feel like being a little bit impulsive and telling you how he feels, but I guess he's also just trying to protect himself. With the Page of Pentacles reverse, he feels like he doesn't know you that well to be able to fully invest his time and energy yet. But with the Knight of Swords, this shows me that he will take action little by little. And with the Queen of Cups, he's trying to see what type of woman you are. He's trying to see if you are the type of woman he wants to be with. Like, if you match up to his ideal, if that makes sense. His ideal with the Queen of Cups is the type of woman that's kind, that's nurturing, that has a big heart and has a lot of compassion. So that's the type of woman he's looking for, and he's seeing if you match up to his standards in a way, which there's nothing wrong with. With the Six of Swords at the back of the deck, this could change soon. If he sees that he can trust you, then his attitude and energy will change towards you, where he will show more interest. It's not that he's not interested, he's just holding back a little bit to see how you feel first, and to see what type of woman you are first, or person. So what is he really feeling for my pile twos? What is he really feeling at the moment? What is he really feeling for pile 2? We have the Eight of Wands reverse. He doesn't want to rush into a relationship. He wants to take it slow. Eight of Wands upright is like fast-paced movement, jumping into something very quickly. But Eight of Wands reverse is a slow, cautious energy where we want to take our time and not jump into something too fast. Knight of Pentacles is him wanting to show consistency, not just come on fast, hot, strong, and then leave later on. So he wants to show consistency, but he also first wants to see the consistency from you before he shows it. So he kind of just wants to see how you feel first before he shows that consistency. But with the Knight of Pentacles being here, maybe he's more of a long-term relationship type of guy. He's looking for something more serious, but he first wants to take it slow and really build something stable first to see if this is actually worth building and kind of putting our time and energy into. With the Knight of Pentacles, he will be the type of guy that will be consistent with his actions when he really sees how you care for him. And with the Ace of Cups, he does feel romantic feelings for you. It's not full-on romantic feelings yet, but it's the start of romantic feelings, because the Ace of Cups can typically represent like a new relationship, new feelings that are starting to develop. So these feelings aren't like full-on yet, but they're starting to develop. We have the Ten of Wands upright. I keep hearing insecure. He's insecure. The Chariot reverse and the Six of Wands reverse. So he's first looking to see if you guys can actually make it work, if you're actually compatible or not. With the Ten of Wands, his concern is, what if I get into a relationship with someone where we can't make it work, where we're not compatible, where there's difficulties in the relationship? He doesn't want a relationship that feels difficult and feels like you have to fight for it and you have to fight to, like overcome obstacles. He doesn't want to do that. So with the Six of Wands reverse, he at the moment is not sure if this is going to work out. Like, not that he doesn't know if it's going to work out with you per se. Not that he thinks it's not going to work out with you per se, I mean, but he doesn't yet know if this is fully going to work out yet. He's first taking his time to see if you guys are compatible and if you guys can make it work. That's what I mean. Not that he doesn't think it's going to work. I hope I'm making sense. I should have phrased that better. But yeah, I hope you get what I mean. That's what I see here. He thinks that you're a very pure-hearted person and he likes that about you. But right now, at the moment with the Star reverse, he's feeling very hopeless about his love life, because I think he's looking for a specific type of woman and he doesn't know if he will find that. He doesn't know if he will find a relationship that's easy and not difficult. And when I say easy, it's like the type of relationship that just flows naturally, doesn't have a lot of challenges and problems. Maybe he had like relationships in the past that had a lot of challenges and problems and it felt like a burden to him rather than something nice to feel or be in. And he doesn't want that again. So he's looking for something specific, and with the Star reverse, it's kind of like he's hopeless about finding that. He doesn't know if he will find that quite yet. The Nine of Pentacles is showing up reverse. We have the Magician reverse. Yeah. This is what I was speaking about. I don't think he's manipulative as a person. I don't see that from him. But playing games is considered a little bit of manipulation. If you look at it that way, it is considered manipulation to try get someone to like you. The Hangman reverse. Like, we're grown. Let's just be adults. Like, we don't need to play games, but he's going about it in that way. Unless you're still a teen watching this, but most of my audience is 18 plus. With the Hangman reverse, he feels like he doesn't fully know you yet. He hasn't spent enough time around you yet to feel secure, to feel like, yes, I fully want to invest my time and energy in this yet. Yes, feelings are starting to develop, but he needs time and he needs to see if this is what he truly wants. With the Nine of Pentacles reverse, what I'm getting intuitively is that he wants a companion. He wants a long-term companion with the Knight of Pentacles. He wants somebody that's going to stay in his life and be sort of like his peace, not his problem, in a way, is what I'm hearing. And so he's first waiting to see if this is that he's looking for. He doesn't yet fully know you very well, or feel like it's been enough time to know if this is the right thing to pursue. Even though feelings are starting to develop, that's how he feels. With the Magician reverse, it's not that he doesn't want to create a relationship with you. He's just waiting for the right time, waiting to see if this is something truly worth investing his time and energy into it. And the messages are coming through very straightforward. Maybe he's a very straight to the point type of guy. And that's what I see with the Hangman reverse next to the Magician. Like, I need time to see if this is what I truly want and what I truly want to invest my time and energy into. How does he really feel right now? How does he really feel right now? We have the Three of Swords reverse. So he could possibly be healing from past connections that drain the life out of him because of difficulties and challenges, and he doesn't want that again. The Devil reverse and the Justice card. So he's looking for someone that can be trustworthy, that can be honest, that he can blindly trust. And I think right now he's testing you to see if you're that type of person. Though the one issue I see with him is he doesn't want to admit that playing games is manipulative. Like, you know, when somebody does something and they justify themselves and they're like, oh, but I'm just trying to do this for myself so that I can see if they're the right type of person. He's kind of justifying that behavior in his head. He knows it's wrong to play games and to, you know, do these kind of tests on a relationship, but he's justifying it by saying, oh, but I first want to see if she's trustworthy. So that's what I see that he's doing right now. Is there anything else in terms of his feelings right now? Last two cards, Spirit. Three of Wands reverse and Queen of Wands reverse. He doesn't yet know if he sees a future with you yet with the Three of Wands reverse, but that could change over time as he sees if you're like more trustworthy as a person. With the Queen of Wands reverse, this confirms what I said about him being insecure. I think that... Why is he insecure, Spirit, before I assume? Show me. Why is he insecure? I'm seeing, like, you know, those cheese traps you put for mouses. I'm seeing that in my mind's eye, which reminds me of like being afraid of getting hurt. So he's feeling insecure right now because he doesn't know yet if he can trust you. That's how he feels. But with the Ten of Pentacles at the back of the deck, he is looking for something more long-term. He just wants to see if this matches up to what he wants long-term. So I think the messages were pretty straightforward. Sorry if it was a little bit repetitive, but I keep seeing the same message over and over with him. Let's now pull your zodiac signs and initials. If I mention yours or his, that's just extra confirmation. And if yours doesn't come through or his, then and you resonated with the messages, then that's okay. Let me know how this resonated for you so far down below in the comments. I'm just like curious to know like how each message resonated for, you know, my viewers. So let's see what zodiacs we get. I don't see that he's a bad guy at all. I think he just has some trust issues. We have the 6th house, which is Virgo energy, and this relates to our routine, service to others, and analytical nature. He first wants to see if you fit into his routine. He first wants to see if you fits into his day-to-day life. And with analytical nature, maybe he's the type of guy that first analyzes a person to see if they're truly matching up to what he wants. And with service to others, he could be a very generous guy, the type of guy that likes to do things for the person he loves, like acts of service, but he first wants to see if this is worth his time, because he can be very generous, but he first wants to see if it's worth his time. We have Moon with emotion, subconscious moods. So he could be a little bit of a moody guy, more of an emotional guy, even if he doesn't show that at first. The Moon is associated with Cancer energy. And this shows that he does have feelings for you, but his subconscious fears may be influencing him in some way. So join my membership. Then we have Neptune with dreams, illusions, fantasy, idealism, spirituality, and imagination. So Neptune is associated with Pisces, and this could represent him looking for his dream woman. But with fantasy and illusions here and idealism, he may be the type of guy where he puts so much thought into what his dream woman is that sometimes this fantasy or expectation can sometimes be, not always, an unrealistic expectation, because we can't expect someone to be perfect. Sometimes when we take a look at our ideals, yes, it can be great to know what we want in a person, to sort of imagine that and visualize that and manifest that for ourselves. It can be great to know what we want. But sometimes the tricky thing is if we're too picky, or if we have too much unnecessary high expectations, we can limit ourselves in terms of finding good loves that are out there by being too perfectionistic about our standards, or too, maybe not perfectionistic, but like, you get what I mean, like looking for something so specific that is there even a person out there that exists like that? Do you get what I mean? The Sun with ego, identity, and self-expression. I think part of the reason why is because he believes he deserves that type of woman, which is fair enough. But he also needs to take a look at, am I that perfect man for that perfect woman? You know, if I were to meet that dream woman right now, would I match up to her standards? So he also needs to take a look at himself, Libra. Because we can't expect to attract that perfect person if we're not that perfect lover ourselves. You know what I mean? I'm not saying someone perfect exists, but like nobody's perfect, but his ideal, I mean, not perfect lover. So Libra and Mercury. Someone could have a Libra Mercury here. Mercury is also associated with Virgo and Gemini. So he could be the type of guy that is very flirtatious with Libra Mercury here. Very like poetic with his words with Moon and Neptune too. And he likes to compliment a lot. He could show that more as time goes by, as feelings develop. And he could be the type of guy that needs intellectual stimulation as well. So perhaps he's first like trying to communicate with you and see if you guys like match on a level, if you guys match in like emotion. So for example, let's say one person is very emotional and one person's very detached. That can work in some cases, but in some cases it won't work. So he's trying to see if you guys are like similar in that sense, if you guys have like similar ways of thinking, if you guys can communicate well. That's what he's kind of trying to see and test out right now. Then we have Sagittarius. So he could also be looking for fun conversations to see if you guys can have interesting conversations that sort of make him think in a way. Then we have Saturn with restriction, limitation, lessons, responsibility, discipline, and karma. With Sagittarius next to Saturn, I intuitively get that he doesn't want the type of woman that is just here for a good time, that is just fun and not responsible. He wants a type of woman that is mature, responsible, and like knows how to be a good partner. Saturn is associated with Aquarius and Capricorn, and then we have Mars, which is Scorpio and Aries. Mars can represent his desire for him, his sexual attraction towards you, and Taurus. So Mars next to Taurus can represent the type of man that likes to take it slow, likes to build. He's not going to come through with quick, fast-paced action that's going to be like full-on strong feelings and everything all at once. He's going to like take his time and build the connection and slowly put in effort day by day and day by day. So that's what I see here. And I guess if you see him like slowly putting in that effort and building towards something, and then the communication gets deeper over time, more flirtation, then that is a good sign that he's interested in you. But if he just all of a sudden flat out stops talking to you, then that's a sign that maybe you weren't what he's looking for. So I guess just take your time with this man, see where it leads to, because I think he can be a great partner based off what I see so far. The only thing that's iffy is like playing games. But other than that, I feel like he could be a good partner to you, since he shows a lot of consistency here, and since he shows wanting more of something serious, if that makes sense. So that is what I have for the zodiacs. Let's pull the initials now. He's also looking for someone calm, not someone that's going to be like erratic or all over the place emotionally or chaotic. He also doesn't want a crazy woman, is what I heard. You know, it kind of rubs me the wrong way when guys are like that, when they're like, if he ever says like, my ex was crazy, run. Because he brought that craziness out of her. I'm not saying that intuitively. That's just my opinion. I'm not seeing that in the cards, but like, I just heard I don't want a crazy woman. But like, typically, sometimes guys like that will say that because he drove her to that craziness. I'm not saying this guy did. I'm not seeing it in the cards, but that's just my opinion. JZ V O. But like, I can also understand not wanting a woman that's like erratic or crazy. I get it. Maybe he's looking for something more healthier if I have to look at it like from an unbiased point of view. So JZVOIM. R K P and Q. I want to get like 2 more. I'm not looking. Then we have G and I again. So yeah, I do hope this reading resonated with you. Let me know how it resonated down in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you next time. Hi Pal 3, if you chose the Tiger's Eye Crystal and the 8 of Pentacles, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at basically a guy that's sending you mixed signals. We're going to take a look at why he's sending you these mixed signals and what he's really feeling. But the main part of the reading is going to be what he's really feeling. Then after that, we will take a look at some zodiac signs and initials for extra confirmation. So you can keep him in mind while I shuffle your cards just to get his energy specifically. So immediately right off the bat, I am feeling the energy of a very lustful guy. Sometimes that can be a little bit of a red flag in my personal opinion, especially if he's like overly lustful and lacks self-control. But sometimes it's not always a bad thing if he's only showing that lust towards you. If you want a monogamous relationship, of course. I guess it just depends on the extent of it. If he's like so lustful to the point where he's like constantly watching corn or like other things, then I guess it depends on if you're okay with that or not. But yeah, that's what I see about him. I see that he's very charming, very flirtatious for some of you, not all. He may be the type of guy that's like very charming and very flirtatious to the point where he kind of just flirts with everybody. And I would be a little bit worried that he's maybe just like leading you on and that you maybe think it's more serious than it actually is. But let's see what actually comes out in the cards, because that's just the energy I feel right off the bat, but might not be for everybody. So only take it if it resonates, if you feel that that makes sense with the type of person he is. Like, does he seem that way or not? If he doesn't, then ignore the message. Maybe just be a little bit cautious, but don't, I guess just take it with a grain of salt if it doesn't resonate. So, Spirit Guides of Pile 3. I mean, like, you have a lot of people watching these pick a cards. Not every message is going to resonate. So Spirit Guides of Pile 3, please tap me into the energy of this man on their mind. Please show me, why is he sending Pile 3 mixed signals? For some reason, the right part of my back really hurts in his energy or your energy. I don't know if someone here has back pain, like on the right side by like the top of the back. So we have the Seven of Swords reverse. Why is he sending mixed signals? The Temperance card. Why is he sending mixed signals? He can see that you don't fully trust him, that you're suspicious of him. And it makes him question himself a little, like his own intentions and motives. Because you're very suspicious of him, or you just don't seem to trust him very much, it makes him kind of suspicious of himself, where he starts to question his own motives and intentions and if he really is a trustworthy guy. And I'd say that it is a good thing that he's questioning it, because I think the type of guy that will question himself can be a good thing, because that means he can have self-awareness, and that means he can question himself, his own mistakes, his own wrongdoings. A narcissist will never like question themselves or think they're wrong in a situation. So it can be a good thing that he's self-reflecting and thinking like, am I a trustworthy guy? It leads to growth, you know, questioning yourself and looking at ourselves and self-reflecting. But now he doesn't really know if he can trust himself. So Temperance, Knight of Pentacles. I think he's taking it slow with you, and that was the message that came out in all piles. Like, all the guys here I'm picking up on want to take it slow. So why is he sending them mixed signals? Why is he sending them mixed signals? He may also be the type of guy that chooses people based off looks, based off superficial things. And yes, I get attraction is important in relationships. Like, it is important. Not even being superficial, saying that it is important to be attracted to somebody, but it shouldn't be the basis of the connection. I see him being the type of guy that's maybe looking for something like more eye candy, where there's like egoic intentions here of like, I want someone that's going to look good by my side. Where other people are almost impressed that I have a baddie next to me. That's the kind of energy that's coming through. So why is he sending pile 3 mixed signals? We have the Page of Wands. We have the Wheel of Fortune showing up reverse. And we have the Seven of Wands. with the Ace of Pentacles and the World reverse. Okay, I think he has a little bit of a guard up. He's the type of guy where he will try to do little things to impress you, like flex his muscles, flirt, be charming, give you lots of compliments, like boost your ego in some way. He likes getting validation from you, is what I see. He likes flirting with you. He thinks it's fun to talk to you. But he has a little bit of a guard up. I think he's the type of guy that will shoot his shot and won't be shy. And he does want to be more consistent with the Knight of Pentacles, but something is holding him back. I do feel heartbreak in my heart chakra, and I want to clarify this energy and not just assume. So we have the Lovers, we have the Two of Pentacles, and we have the Queen of Pentacles reverse. For some of you, it could be that maybe he just got out of a relationship and maybe he still needs to heal and let go of that completely. For some of you, let's say there is like a baby mama situation, or he has to like let's say he got divorced to somebody, for some of you, and he has to financially kind of like send her money, or let's say it's like a baby mama situation and he has to send child support money. I see some kind of woman financially being dependent on him. This could also be like a mother figure. It doesn't have to be like an ex, but that's what I see. Maybe he feels as though he doesn't know if he'd be able to support the both of you financially because he has to support this woman, whether it's a mother, an ex, a baby mama. Something about that's coming through. Or if he's not financially supporting a woman, maybe he doesn't know if he could financially support the both of you. Maybe he's a little bit insecure about his financial situation, if that is not the case. Okay. I also see that his heart still breaks over a previous connection. I want to see if he's truly over this person and clarify. There's some leftover feelings of resentment, of anger there. I don't think he wants to go back to this person. I think this person might have betrayed him, because I feel the energy of betrayal from this person from his past. And I do feel a lot of resentment from his side and a lot of anger. Does he still have feelings for this past woman? Page of Swords reverse, Eight of Cups reverse. He hasn't fully moved on. I don't think he wants her back. I don't think he has full-on feelings for her. I think there's still remnants of him like social media stalking her a little bit, not fully like letting go of the connection, but I don't think he wants her back. And maybe that's perhaps what's holding him back a little bit. Okay, so interesting. Also with the Lovers, Two of Pentacles, for those that resonated with him like being the type of guy to flirt with everybody, maybe he wants to be consistent with the Knight of Pentacles, but he knows that since he flirts with multiple people, because the Two of Pentacles Lovers can represent like juggling multiple people, maybe because he's like messaging multiple women, it's like he doesn't have as much time to focus on the one. Do you get what I mean? If you resonate with that and you see he's that type of guy, then perhaps that could be the case. If he doesn't seem like that type of guy, then ignore the message. It's not for you. He's very confusing to read. I'd say he has a lot of nuance to his personality, because he's not coming through as like a typical player. But he's coming through as someone that was hurt to the point where he became that way. You know, that type of person where they were once like a good guy or a good woman and they get hurt and then they just almost become that way as a result of that hurt. I see that with him. He's not showing up as like a black and white situation where it's just like all like this. I wouldn't even consider him fully a player, but maybe a little of player energies coming through for some of you. But what I will say about him is there's some nuance here. It's not like just a black and white situation. He's a complex person, and I'm trying to just dig deeper into energy and understand him. So please bear with me, because there's a lot of nuance here in the energy. So yeah, the world reverse could represent not fully being over something from the past. He hasn't fully gotten over it. He doesn't want this person back from the past, but there's still some healing he needs to do. And I think that's partly what's holding him back. I do think he has a good time with you. He has a fun time with you. He enjoys conversations with you. He likes the way you match his energy and mirror him. But he doesn't fully know if he's ready yet with the Wheel of Fortune reverse. With Temperance opposite, he wants to take his time and see where this goes. He doesn't want to make any promises or commitments yet or change anything in your connection yet. And he does want to be consistent again, but something holds him back. He does enjoy the time spent with you. And he does enjoy looking at your pictures or social media, and stalks you on social media too. Maybe not as intensely, but he does. I don't think he stalks the ex because he has feelings for them, but I think it's like a little bit of anger and like hate stalking, if that makes sense. He finds you very sweet and he likes that about you. Let's see what else comes through. Why is he sending them mixed signals? Why is he sending pile 3 mixed signals? I find it interesting also that we have Chiron here, which is the wounded healer. So this shows a wounded man that doesn't fully know if he's ready to love yet. We have the 10 of Cups, the Moon, and the 4 of Pentacles reverse with the Empress, 4 of Wands, and the Star. So I see that he's the type of guy that runs when things get too deep or too real. And I do feel that it has to do with self-worth wounds of his. It's almost like when things get too deep or too real, or like when he starts to catch feelings, he acts detached even though he's not detached. But I see that he self-sabotages a lot through this, where women will think that he's not interested in them because all of a sudden he's detaching and sending mixed signals, and at one moment it seems like he's really interested in them, developing deeper feelings for them. Then the next moment he detaches, ghosts, doesn't talk for a few days or whatever. Like he just detaches from them in some way and then comes back, and it's like this back and forth energy of run, chase. And I think a lot of women sometimes get caught up in the cycle with him. But then some women know their worth and they're like, I love myself too much for this. This guy doesn't seem serious about me. And then they leave him as a result of that. So I think he's the type of guy that I don't necessarily see commitment issues here per se, but I see that he might only commit if he feels those strong feelings and can prevent the self-sabotage cycle of running, coming back, running, coming back. But I think it's because when things develop in a way where his feelings develop and it becomes too real, I think he runs because he gets scared. And because he almost feels hopeless about having the type of love he wants to have, he almost feels like he can't have that. Like maybe he's not worthy of that. Like he's not good enough for the type of woman he wants. And so he does feel deep feelings for you and admires you a lot. But at the same time, he's detaching and self-sabotaging because of that. So that's what I see. Let's remove these cards and take a look at what he's truly feeling right now. So spirit guides of pile 3, what is he feeling right now for pile 3? So I'm seeing you lick up his abs, which makes me feel like he is very sexually attracted to you. Maybe he fantasizes about you a lot. He likes the ego boost you give him when you compliment him with the way you look at him. He can tell you're turned on by him the same way he's turned on by you. I'd say he feels a lot of lust towards you. Ten of Swords. He likes your company. He feels like you know how to make him laugh, or vice versa. He likes to make you laugh. So 10 of Swords, the Magician reverse, 9 of Cups. So the 9 of Cups could represent you being his physical type, but also you're the type of woman he wants. You tick a lot of the boxes of what he's looking for in love relationships. However, with the Magician reverse, we don't like to get this card in love readings. This, I'm going to try tap into what this is before I speak. Okay, the Magician reverse can sometimes represent manipulation, but in this case, as I tap in clairvoyantly, it's almost like as he starts to develop those feelings, again, he self-sabotages, he messes things up. So just as things are about to go in the right direction and it feels like, yes, we're at the place we want to be, he messes up. And this is a form of self-sabotage for him, but also a way of manipulating the situation. I don't think he consciously wants to manipulate the situation, but subconsciously, a part of him almost feels like he isn't worthy of this love, isn't worthy of love, isn't worthy of having the type of love he wants. That subconsciously, he goes and sabotages it as it's, you know, reaching that level of development where it's like, we're happy here, this is what we want. That's when he messes it up. So that is something I understand is coming from a wound, but it can also be exhausting to deal with because right when you're at the place you want to be, then he goes and messes up. And this type of man is very unpredictable because you don't know what he's going to do to mess up, whether it's cheating, lying. I'm not saying he is a cheater, but what I am saying is he's unpredictable. So that can be an issue just depending on the extent he would go to kind of like self-sabotage. I don't think he plans to self-sabotage in his mind. But the more he self-sabotages, the more shame he feels and the more unworthy he feels. Like, see, I'm not good enough for this type of woman, because it's almost like I see him calling himself a piece of shit in his own mind. I don't think that's true. But I see him like being very mean to himself in his own mind, like being like, see, this is why I don't deserve this type of woman. She's too good for me. So I see a shame cycle. Like the more he self-sabotages, the more shame he feels. And then he's digging a deeper hole of shame by continuing that cycle. So we have the Hierophant showing up reverse. He doesn't have commitment issues, but he's scared of committing too soon and getting hurt. And he maybe fears committing. Like he overthinks a lot about if this is truly too good to be true. With the Ace of Swords next to, or opposite the Nine of Cups and Chaos, this could represent a lot of overthinking about if this is too good to be true or not. And that may be when he starts to pull back, when he feels like, oh, this is what I truly want, but is it too good to be true? Am I being naive, falling for this person? He has like thoughts, overthinking in his head, pulling him down in some way. I do think he thinks about you a lot, and these thoughts and feelings about you have have been going on for a long time, where he does think about you a lot and he has felt this way for a long time. But he also overthinks a lot, and it makes him question his own morality, if he even deserves you. But then he also questions, are you truly who you say you are? Or is this just pretend? Is this all just a lie? Is this all too good to be true? Two of Pentacles. We have the Knight of Pentacles. So he does want to be consistent, and he does want to be a stable person in your life, but he questions if he can be that because of his own self-sabotaging nature. I think it's good that he's self-aware, but he just doesn't know how to stop it. It's like he's self-aware, but he doesn't know how to stop the behavior. He does have feelings for you with the King of Cups and the Star reverse, but he doesn't know if he can sustain this, if he can even be a healthy partner to you. He kind of feels hopeless at the moment with the Star reverse because of his own self. I hear him saying it's not you, it's me, but it's not that he would break up or stop seeing you if you're not dating yet, but it's kind of like he feels like he's the problem. He's holding himself back. Like, you're perfect. There's nothing you're doing wrong, but he's holding himself back, and he questions, again, like, if he's good enough. Six of Pentacles reverse, Three of Swords reverse, Page of Cups reverse. So as a result of this, he may pull back a little bit. He may withdraw his affection, his feelings towards you in some way. And it may seem as though he doesn't like you, as though he's not that interested in you. And I'm not trying to make anyone delulu. This is what I genuinely see here. But it's almost like in those moments, he's not putting in effort because he doesn't want to hurt you, but he also doesn't want to get hurt himself. And he doesn't want to give too much to you, and then you end up having high expectations of him and always expect that of him. So I see him like withdrawing his efforts with the Six of Pentacles reverse, seeming selfish, even though he's not selfish deep down. He's just acting that way in the moment because he doesn't want to give too much to you, and you end up falling for him and him end up breaking your heart. Like, he doesn't want that to happen. He maybe knows that he needs to grow up in some way, he needs to mature in some way, and that's partly why he doesn't want to constantly have to ask you for your forgiveness. We have the Emperor. He wants something stable, but he doesn't know if he can be stable himself. Four of Cups can represent the type of man that gets bored easily in relationships and self-sabotages as a result of that, which isn't the best to see here in a love reading, like the Four of Cups. We have the Six of Cups. Oopsie. We have the Six of Cups reverse, the Seven of Cups reverse, and the Ten of Cups. The good thing I see here is that at this moment in time, he's not seeing anybody else. He may have flirted with others like in the beginning of your connection, where he was keeping his options open and still flirting. But right now, I see that his feelings have developed for you in a way where he's trying to not like flirt with other people. He's trying to just like put his focus on you, but it's very hard for him. He's almost afraid that he goes back to old behaviors, old cycles, and that he ruins this connection because he feels like he has something good with you, but he's afraid he plays out past sort of lessons all over again and doesn't learn the lesson and just continues the cycle. Does that make sense? It's like, if I know I have this bad habit, I'm scared I bring my own baggage into this connection, and I know we have something beautiful, but it's like, I'm scared I ruin it. And then I'll be the bad guy, even though I never wanted to be the bad guy in the first place or hurt you in the first place. So that's what he's scared of. Let's get your initials now and zodiacs. So if this resonates, let me know how it resonates down in the comments below. I'm just interested to hear. I like to see feedback from you guys. And if the zodiacs and initials don't resonate, but the rest does, it doesn't really matter. But if your zodiac sign or his zodiac sign or initial comes out, then that's just more confirmation for you that this is your pile. Okay, so we have the second house, which is Taurus energy. Join my membership. Then we have Leo, which makes sense because I saw this energy of like wanting you to look good by his side. Capricorn. We have the fifth house, which is Leo again, so double Leo. We have Scorpio. We have Jupiter, which is Pisces and Sagittarius. Aquarius. Aries. And the ninth house, which is Sagittarius again. Okay, so the energy I see here, he is a little bit obsessed. And those feelings of obsession are starting to grow, excuse me. But as those feelings of obsession start to grow, because he does not have a stable foundation of the secure attachment, I see him being more of a disorganized attachment where at times he can be anxious and at times he can be avoidant. It confuses people. Although he feels like that obsession for you is growing, it also confuses you when he's showing this back and forth energy, unstable energy. He doesn't truly know what his values are because of the fact that he sometimes goes against his own values. There is some kind of feeling of, with second house opposite Scorpio, a little bit of a possessive energy. Almost like this feeling of, if I talk to other people, you can't. Not that he's doing that right now, but I see a little bit of like a possessive energy there. I see that he wants you to boost his ego in a way, and he wants to boost your ego in a way. He does want to be loyal to you, but he doesn't know if he can do that. And he also doesn't want to rob you of your time to sort of have a good guy around you. It's almost like he wants to be a good guy, but he doesn't know he can be that. He does have a lot of fun with you. You do bring him a lot of joy, but he also likes the drama he experiences with you. He likes the fact that you guys have a lighthearted connection and the fact that you don't push him too much in a way where you're pressuring him. He likes that you kind of give him that freedom. He likes the fact that you guys have this mental connection and you can talk about like deeper topics and have deeper conversations with each other. He thinks you're very wise and he likes your spiritual beliefs. He likes the fact that you guys can have philosophical connections and the fact that you give him his freedom. And he does want to be serious about you, but he has a little bit of a flighty side as well. So he doesn't know if he can actually keep that promise. Okay, let's get your initials now. That's too many. I'm going to put some back because like most of the jar fell out. D, B, okay, we have G, K, P, U, E, I, R. I find it interesting that when I do the readings, It's like similar initials come out. I don't know if I'm reading for the same people the whole time. H, A, X, A. I see a vision of him potentially. This won't be for everybody. I see you guys being intimate together in the bedroom. And I see him accidentally saying, I love you to someone here. And being embarrassed after he said that because he didn't mean to say it. I, again, M. I see him enjoying like the pillow talk with you after intimacy, Z, if you have slept with him. C. Or maybe he like fantasizes about sleeping with you. So C was the last one. So yeah, I do hope this reading resonated with you. Please let me know how it resonated down in the comments below. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I can't wait to see you next time.